Hello everyone, my name is Sagar Kothari, and in this video, I'm gonna talk about SwiftUI. Even I'm not sure how to, get started with SwiftUI. So I'm a beginner just like you guys, and I'm going to, have hands-on SwiftUI for the first time, and I thought of capturing the entire learning journey and share it across everyone so that can be helpful for all of us, and that's what I wanted to contribute. So without talking too much, I'll get started. So as I said earlier, I don't know anything about SwiftUI so far, and this is the site like most of the people recommend, which is developer.apple.com/tutorials/SwiftUI. I'm going to put this in the description of the video so that you can easily check it out. So the process of learning is to follow the tutorials. That's what I'm going to do. So I'll simply click here, which is tutorials. There are a bunch of tutorials, out of which I'm going to start with the SwiftUI essentials. The first one is creating and combining views. And about the audience, I expect that those who are already an iOS application developers and want to get started with SwiftUI, those people can go through these videos. Or those who are completely new to programming, they can still give it a try. Alright, so it says step number 1 is create a new project and explore the canvas. I already have Xcode installed over here on my system. At this stage I have Xcode 11.2.1, which is latest. I'll click on a new project and I'll choose this template, single view application, not other templates. So these are different project templates, and I'll be choosing an iOS application template. Click on next. Okay, so name of the product which you want to enter. Let's say I'll say just example, or say SwiftUI example, and I'll put 1. The organization identifier, which would be a reverse domain. Let's say in my case I'm going to keep it like SAG 333 AR here, or it could be anything. So this is temporary. We don't need to focus much over here. I'm going to remove this unit test as well as UI test. We won't be doing that as of now. Make sure that we select Swift as well as SwiftUI as the user interface, and click on next. Where would you like to save this? I'm going to choose this location as a desktop, as a project. Okay, and I'm not really interested in creating a Git repository, so I'll save this on desktop, which will basically create a project folder on the desktop. 1 second, I'll add one more desktop so that I can show it to you. That folder is created over here, SwiftUI example 1, and inside that we have the entire project structure. This is project folder and the project files. Okay, so here we have project navigator. On the right hand side are called inspector, pane, and other panels, which you can basically hide and show from or using these buttons. Okay, so we'll switch to SwiftUI for now. So coming back to browser, so this step number 1 we have completed, and all we need to do is click on resume. button, which would compile the project and generate a preview for us. Let's say in case this right side panel it's not visible, you can always enable it by clicking the canvas. It will take some time to generate the preview. Till that time, what we can do is view the step number 2, which is, oh yeah, these are the steps which we already covered. Nice. Okay, all these 6 steps we covered. We just need to update the text, which says instead of hello world it should say SwiftUI. So we'll change that. Okay, still compiling. Okay, nice. So as you can see, the modification which we did over here, it's reflecting immediately. Let's say if I update this, we see those changes in real time in the simulator. It's embedded inside the Xcode itself. Here I can zoom in and zoom out. Now coming back to browser, these are the steps we've completed. We'll switch to the next step, which is changing the title and setting the foreground color for the label. Nice. So in this step it is recommending us to use the inspect command, click and choose inspect. Nice. Then change the text. Next is set the title. Okay, and maybe apply the color as well. Nice. So this set of changes we can do using inspector panel as well as the code. So if you type the same set of code over there, it would work as well. So I'll show you how to do it in both ways. Let's say for example, I'm going to command click on this, and it says the first option, it says so SwiftUI inspector. Click on it and you can change this. What text? Turtle rock. Okay, so again I'll use command click, and instead of typing this, instead of this text I'll update the text turtle rock. Nice, which is done. Again command click, so SwiftUI inspector. Font, instead of inherited, I'm going to set this as title. Okay, command click again, so SwiftUI inspector, and color. Okay, we have that here, green color. Nice. So we followed those steps, or the same set of settings we can also do by typing the same thing over here. Okay, the next step is to add another label inside vertical stack. I hope that you are familiar with the stacks in normal Swift storyboard interface. It's not exactly Swift storyboard interface. So there are 2 types of stacks. The one is vertical stack, the other is horizontal stack. So here, let's say if we talk about this, the outermost container is vertical stack, because you can see that there are 2 rows aligned vertically, and then in the second UI element, or say user interface element, there are 3 elements aligned horizontally. So that's why it's inside a horizontal stack. So yes, we can put it in a hierarchical manner. Here it is inside vertical stack, so one stack is inside another stack. Okay, so we're trying to create a similar user interface, which is indicated over here by following the steps defined over here, or we can do it on our own as well if you are very much familiar with the stack views. So okay. Okay, I'll just go through the steps at first and then follow the steps on the Xcode. Right, so it's using the library panel. So basically you can use the library button, or you can use Command Shift L. I'm going to use the shortcut of which I'm used to. Okay, then change the text. Okay, this would be title, so we'll copy this. Next is okay, so we need to add a vertical stack, and inside that we have to put these two text. Okay, so I'll switch back to Xcode. Oops. Okay, so I'll put this inside a stack view. So just command click on it, and then we have a bunch of options over here. It says embedded vertical stack. That's the one which I'm going to use. Nice. Right after that, another text which would say the text which I have copied. I'll paste it over here. And what are the attributes? I need to see that. 1 second. Okay, for that particular thing we haven't defined any attributes so far. So next is okay, to vertical stack, what we're trying to do is set the leading alignment. So I'll switch back to Xcode, and in here, so basically this is an initializer. All right, so here inside this we'll set the values that we need this as a aligned from the leading values. Next is okay, so in this step what this tutorial is trying to say is we have to move this inside a horizontal stack, which we discussed over here, that we have to put this inside a horizontal stack, which I'm going to do. And then 1 second, I'll switch to step 7 and 8 directly. Okay, so we haven't applied yet, but in this tutorial they have applied the sub headline, which will follow. In between both the text there's a spacer which would create space, and I'll copy this text. Cool. So coming back to Xcode, I'll set the attribute font to sub headline. I'll also add another text, or before adding that, what I prefer to do is command click, embed inside horizontal stack, and add another text having this particular value, which is California. And for this also I'm going to apply the attribute having font size sub headline. Next, okay, I forgot to add the spacer, which I'll add spacer. Okay, so we are able to reproduce what tutorial says. Next is okay, padding to so in this step 9, what we are trying to achieve really over here is have the padding on left, right, top, bottom. So we haven't specified anything. It means to all the edges of the vertical stack. So whenever we are putting this attribute, let's say for example, immediately after this element, whatever attribute we are trying to specify is for that particular element. Same thing goes with this as well. So if we look carefully, this padding is basically is applied to this vertical stack, so the whole container is going to have the padding. Nice. So in Xcode, to the outermost container. So the moment you move your cursor, it is going to highlight the element on which your cursor is, so that it is helpful. Let's say by mistake if I applied padding, if I applied padding, it would indicate that you have selected this. So I'll switch to this, the outermost container, and then say padding. All right, so we have completed section 3. We'll switch to section 4. So in this section, it is asking us to use this image. We don't have this image, so we'll download this from the resources which is given over here on the top of tutorial. I'll download the project files. Nice. Unzip it, and inside these resources we have this turtle log. I'll move this inside our project, inside going too fast. Click on assets and then drag and drop. That would be much easier. Nice. So we have added the resource over here inside asset catalog. Now coming back to tutorial, we'll jump to section 3. Nice. Section 4. We are done following step 1. We'll switch to step 2. It is recommending us to create a new SwiftUI and a new SwiftUI view basically, and inside that we have to add an image. This is new to me. Usually in storyboard, when you say image, it's just an instance of an image, and image view holds image, but in this case image is holding the entire image. Anyways, I'll switch to Xcode and create a file called circle image. Right click, new file, SwiftUI, click next, and I'm going to provide the name of file. Click create. Nice. So here I'll say image and then the name of the image, which is turtle log. I'll copy this and switch to circle image. Click on resume in order to see the preview. Nice. We have the image as illustrated in that tutorial. Coming back to tutorial. The first attribute which this tutorial is recommending to apply the clip shape and clip it with a circle. Nice. So we'll do the same. So clipping provides the different ways to clip a view. In this case, the view which we are trying to clip is image. Alright, so here I'll again, as indicated in the tutorial, use the circle to clip it. Nice. So for this video, I'll stop here and follow the next set of steps in next tutorial. Thank you very much for viewing this video. If you like it, please click on like button and subscribe button as well. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good day.